Well, hello and welcome back to yet another incredible video, and today I am doing my monthly collaboration with my girl Joy from Joyful Designs, and we are doing something entirely crazy on this channel. I have never done this before, but we are going to be using some of those Dollar Tree candles to make more candles. That's right, we're making candles today. Let's jump into it. So this first DIY is not a homemade candle, but we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. What this actually is a thrifted tea light holder from the Goodwill, and we're just going to give it a quick spray paint treatment, and you're going to watch as this comes together. Yes, so this one was the simple one out of the bunch. It's just that tea light holder that I thrifted, and then I just plopped in one of those tea lights from the Dollar Tree. You know, the ones that come in a bag of like 50 billion? Yes. And I think this came out really, really nice. So this video is part of my monthly collaboration with Joy from Joyful Designs, and truth be told, she was the first person to introduce me to crafting your stash and trash. And she made this beautiful junk journal using a Cheez-It box, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked and sold. If you guys have not seen that video, make sure to check it out, and also make sure to check out the video that she made for this month's collab. So on this particular candle, I am using one of those squared off glass jars from the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to zhuzh it up a bit. So I had these transfers from Temu, never used them before. They were lemon themed, and I am going to make a scented candle here. So I decided to throw some of those kind of all around the glass, and you guys can watch as this comes together. So again, as I said, this is going to be a scented candle, and I'm going to be scenting my candle with lemon, rosemary, and sage. But the first thing I'm going to do is get some zest off a lemon. And this is just kind of a quick, easy hack because all of these citrus fruits that we love and know have a lot of essential oils inside of that zest. So I'm going to go ahead and get that peeled off using a vegetable peeler, dice it up a little bit, get it in a baggie. Then I'm going to add a little bit of dried rosemary and dried sage. So there are a couple different ways that you can keep your wick standing upright while you're pouring your wax. One is that some of these kits come with a device that does it, but you can also just use a dowel, which is what I'm going to be using. One of the hacks that I remember from back in the day is to just put a little bit of a dab of hot glue on the bottom of the wick so that when you place it down, it kind of stays in place. So let's go ahead and get into some candle making now. So again, I grabbed some of those candles from the Dollar Tree, and we are gonna go ahead and melt these down in a water bath. And what I'm using as my water bath is an old fryer, and I am outside for safety. And I am going to melt these candles down. And once I get those down, I will begin to pour my new candles. And what you will see me kind of doing with my lemon candle is taking our zest, our rosemary, and our sage, and just kind of layering it, right? And moving it around so that you can kind of see it on the outside of the glass once it's finished. So a little hack that I think I recall from making candles last time is that you pour about half of your wax in and then you leave, wait for that to kind of solidify, and then you come back in and pour your second layer. Now, I think this is indeed the way that it is done, and it is certainly the way that I did these. But if you have another hack, like if you are out here making tons of candles, let me know what technique you use. So this turned out cute to me, and not only did the zest infuse it with that lemony scent, but it also kind of eked out its color into the candle, so there's little splotches of yellow, and I think that's way cool. So for this next candle, I am going to be using this pot that I thrifted a way back. And instead of leaving it black, I am going to give it a pop of spring by spray painting it this aubergine color, which I personally think came out perfectly. So with this, I did 2 wicks, and I went ahead and used that same hack where I glued them down to the bottom of the vessel, and then we're gonna go ahead and pour it. And we're gonna do the 2-step pour method again. Now, one thing I'm going to do with this one that's a little bit different, because I'm not actually going to burn this candle, this one's just going to be for decoration, is I grabbed some flowers from our yard. That's right, we have dandelions in our yard. And I guess all these flowers would qualify as weeds, but they were freaking beautiful to me. So I went ahead and put some of those at the top of my candle to just give this, again, a little bit more of that spring hit. So overall, I love the way that these all turned out. I think these are wonderful additions to my home decor and would be good for anybody. But obviously you guys can tweak them, use whatever vessel you want. Just know that those Dollar Tree candles can be used to make more candles. Well, as always, I thank you guys so much for taking a moment to watch this video. I also hope that you'll head over to my girl Joy's channel, because she's the professional, and see what she did with her candles. Also, I hope that you will choose to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I invite you to come back, hang out, and be okay with us.